And we had no money, no food. When I say no food, we had crackers and peanut butter, but not a Thanksgiving dinner, right? And my dad Mom are screaming each other through a door, and my dad had lost his job. You get the knock on the door, and I go open the door, and there's this tall guy standing there with 2 bags of groceries, one in each hand, and at his feet, he had an uncooked frozen turkey in a pan, And he said, "Is your father here?" And I was like, "Just one moment," And I was like, it was Christmas morning, so I go to my dad, and I go, "Hey, Dad, there's someone at the door for you." And he goes, "Who is it?" And I said, "I don't know, it's for you." He goes, "Well, you answer." I said, "I already did, it's for you." So he goes over there, and I'm waiting like with such excitement for him to open the door, and he saw this man, and he was not happy. He looked at this man before the guy said a word, and he said, "We don't take charity." And he went and slammed the door on the guy, but the man had leaned in because of the groceries and it hit his shoulder and it bounced off. He said, "Somebody knows you're having a tough time. Everyone has tough times. They want you to have this food for your family for Thanksgiving." He goes, "I'm just the delivery guy." And my father said, "We don't take charity." And he pushed the door again. But this time, because the guy's leaning, his foot now stepped in. It hit his foot and bounced off. And then now my dad's getting more fired up. And I'm standing looking at this whole thing, and it's like a car crash happening. And the guy said something to my dad. I thought my dad was going to punch him in the face. He didn't say it meanly. He said, "Sir," he said, he saw me, he said, "Don't make your family, suffer because of your ego." And I can still see it like yesterday. My dad's veins on both sides of his neck were just pumping and he was red as can be. And then he just dropped his shoulders. He took the groceries. He slammed it on the table and he slammed the door and he never even said thank you. It took me maybe a decade to eventually figure it out. It became a very useful distinction for me about how he and I processed that day differently. What are you going to focus on? You're going to be focused on what happened yesterday, what you're going to have for lunch, what I'm saying, how it relates to you. There are millions of things you can focus on, but you don't experience life. You experience the life you focus on.